most famous of Nazi war criminals, loses again. No story.
Box office, Pat Collins decided to get to the source of the Scream machine. Here's part 3 of Horror from Hollywood.
The year, 1974. The place, the State and Lake Theater. The movie, The Exorcist. During the show, a woman gasped and fainted into the arms of the theater manager. A few months later, they were married. Many of the happy endings in horror films these days are coming to the backers. Halloween was made for something less than $350,000. It grossed $125 million. Now here's a familiar face, Linda Blair. They call her the Queen of Horror. Everybody, they say, loves to see Linda in distress. Sure worked in The Exorcist. That movie did $1 billion box office. And now Linda's banking that the crowds will come back again. She's currently starring and part owner in a low-budget film called Hell Night. It's a story about a fraternity and sorority that gathers in an old Victorian mansion and then falls prey to a monster who picks them off one by one. We visited the set in Hollywood and watched them film, and tried to get some insights from the men and women who operate the Scream machine.
I personally don't like horror films.
The important thing to me is to get the scares right off at the beginning.
They can jump out of their seat. That's a good scare.
Marker.
They scare me to death.
If they're going to react to a knife with blood on it, then I'm going to put the knife in the picture.
A lot of good murders, good beheadings, good gore.
Wait a minute. I'm not doing a horror picture.
Death next door, you know, death in the basement, death in the attic.
A girl has got to make a living.
Hell Night's costing about $1.5 million. Now that's just walking around money in Hollywood. But with luck, it could return big bucks. If not at the box office, then through cable television and foreign markets. Horror films are good for business, but are they good for us? Tomorrow I'll be wired up to determine my fear factor. Gentlemen?
Glad you're all right. Glad you're all right.
Still alive.